So people, I'm back in the car. I am back in the car. And I have some news to tell you. Bryan Mbeumo is a Manchester United player. Let's get straight into it. So yes, people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Els TV. And lovely people, lovely people, lovely people. I'm excited. I'm excited. After 7 weeks, 7 long weeks, the man been waiting. Waiting. This sounds hot, boy. Waiting for Bryan Mbeumo to be a Manchester United player, and it's finally done for 65 million plus 6 million add-ons. How do we feel? How do we feel about this signing, people? It's a brilliant signing. I mean, 20 Premier League goals last season, and well, that was rude. But 20 Premier League goals last season, and people are saying that 65 million is too much. Because he has 1 year left on his contract. But Brentford didn't need to sell. And another thing about that contract situation, he has an option for another year. He has a whole option for another year. And people just seem to completely just skim past that. Or like they have media outlets going and adding on, making it the US dollar. So it's like 84 million pounds. We paid 80 something million for a player. Like, why do y'all do this to us? Why do y'all only do it to Manchester United? If Chelsea went and bought Cole Palmer right now for 50 million, they would say they bought him for 50 million. But since it's a Manchester United, it's, oh, we bought him for 80 million, or we did this and we did that, we did this. Yes, it took a long time. And Ineos, please, you don't escape now because you got the Mbeumo signing done. Like, you still took 7 weeks to pay exactly what Brentford even asked for. So you were trying to haggle, and then still ended up paying what they asked for anyway. So that's still a thing. But the deal is over the line, and he's a Manchester United player now. So I think he's going to fit us well. I think it's going to be a perfect signing for us. He's the right age as well. Like I've been talking about how we need to sign more players that are not prospects or can-be's. You know what I'm saying? More so established, ready players right now. And him and Cunha are literally that. And they're also within the league. You know what I'm saying? They're within the league. So there's no really negative to it. I don't see how... I don't want to say I don't see how they flop, because Manchester United, we know anything can happen. Any star player can come here and flop. But look at most of the star players that came here and flopped. They were not within the Premier League. You know, players that sign within the Premier League don't normally flop that often. You know, I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. If I forgot anybody, I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below, like who flopped that maybe came from the Premier League. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you guys doing? You know, we're trying to get to 100 subscribers. But we're almost there. But yeah. Back to the main premise of the video, Mbeumo. Yeah, and he has a contract until 2030 with an option of another year as well. So that's the thing. But yeah, I think we paid the right price. I think we paid what we need to get. We paid for 20 Premier League goals, 4th highest scorer in the league. This previous seasons he did put up numbers as well. I think it was 10 and then 10 again, and he seems to consistently be scoring a decent amount of goals in the Premier League. And we don't have European football, so as I said before, we need to sign those players that are used to the league. How does it work for the system now, though? Where is he going to play? Now, I think a lot of people, the general consensus right now is that he's going to play in the right camp. And I do agree with, obviously, him going to play there. Like, I don't think he's not going to play there. But the same way that we've seen Ahmad at right wing back, we might see Mbeumo with some games at right wing back. You know, if Ahmad's maybe out with an injury and we need to make a sub, you know, we might want to be more attacking, so you just sub the right wing back on, put Mbeumo down and bring on a cam, you know what I'm saying? I think it's possible he plays there too, and I think he'll do well. I think he'll still do well in that position. It won't really hinder anything, so I'm not really bothered. So yeah, this signing is just great. The same thing with Cunha. Cunha can play in the 10. He can also play up front. Perfect timing, because right now Zerski's injured. Not a bad injury, people, just to say that. It's not like he's out for 3 months or out for a month. He's not even out for 2 weeks. He's just going to miss the game this weekend. And he won't be joining up the squad until late next week, probably. It's just a minor injury. It's nothing crazy. It's a relapse of his hamstring injury, I believe. Because we did rush him back for the final, because we needed him, because nobody wants to see Jack Swagger up front. And if you didn't know who Jack Swagger is, just look at who the number 9 at Manchester United is. I'm not even saying his name on this channel no more, but yeah. So we need that dynamism within our team. We need goals, and all these players that we're signing so far, the 2 players that we've signed, are goals, and give that dynamism that we've been asking for. But yeah, and then now in other news, to just briefly go past Mbeumo, it says that our next target is a striker. Now, there is a bit of debate about that there, because some people are saying, all right, we need to get a goalkeeper first. We need to get a midfielder first. Or we need to get a midfielder and a striker first, or a striker and a goalkeeper first. But I think we should get a striker before those other positions. Now, I understand the midfield problem, and we don't really have a profile of like a ball progressive midfielder. I'd say we have Ugarte, who's a destroyer, Casemiro, who's a bit of a destroyer but can also distribute. Bruno is Bruno. We know how Bruno is. And Kobe Menu is Kobe Menu. I don't think Kobe Menu is just one of them midfielders that plays the game at his own pace. But we don't have that midfielder that comes in as combative and, you know, can drive with the ball and get the ball forward. As I said, progressive midfielder. So we don't have that profile really in the squad. So obviously we need that. We definitely need that. But people, the reason why we cannot succeed is we don't score enough goals. Look at the games we were losing last season. We didn't get spanked 4 or 5-0 every single game, or get like how we were under Ten Hag in that last season, just conceding 20 shots a game. That's not happening. And people need to just wake up to that. That's not happening. We're not getting completely destroyed every single game on the games that we have lost. It's either players heads down. Yes, Amr has to definitely take some credit for some of those games, because some of the decisions like playing Menu up front, blah, 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 stuff like that. But we need goals. If those players had put away some of those chances, we wouldn't have lost all those games. You know, if we didn't have Jack Swagger up top, we wouldn't have lost all those games. You know what I'm saying? Because Jack Swagger is nothing. You know, he's nothing. He doesn't offer anything. There's nothing he offers to us. I can't even say, oh, he doesn't score goals so he can do this. No, he just does nothing. Zerski is kind of that player that may not get you the goals, but he can make the other players around you better because he links with them and he drops deep and he can distribute, blah, 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 blah. He should score more goals. But yeah, we need a bagsman. We need someone that's just going to come in and score. And maybe right now, Osimhen's going to, it seems he's going to go to Galatasaray. Gyökeres is already going to Arsenal, probably. What else? There's not really much. Vlahovic is be linked to. Sesko will be linked to. I think we'll get either Sesko, Vlahovic, and maybe Mateta as well. That's another person we'll be linked to. I think we'll get one of those 3 strikers. Which one do you all prefer? I don't know which one. What do you all think? Out of those 3 strikers that I named, Vlahovic, Sesko, and Mateta, who would you sign for Manchester United? I personally think with our budget, because we still need to sell Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, Garnacho, and all the other players or whatever I'm missing, like Malacia, them man. I think we should maybe go for a Mateta or a Vlahovic. Vlahovic has 1 year left on his contract. Didn't really do too great last season. I mean, it wasn't bad. 15 goals, it's not too bad. But Juventus don't want him, so he wouldn't be that expensive. And who else? Who did I say? Mateta. I would probably sign Mateta, to be honest. I wouldn't mind signing Mateta. Premier League proven again, 28 years old, bit of experience, bit of a dickhead too, which is what we like. And yeah, I think it'll be a decent signing. He doesn't have to start every single game, but just comes in when we need someone to just, you know, be a brute force and just get there, get in the box. You know what I'm saying? We need that option because we don't have that option right now. We also need to get rid of Jack Swagger as well. We desperately need to get rid of that brother because I don't want to see him at my club next season. If I see him start the first game against Arsenal, I will not be watching. But yeah, of course I'll be watching. But yeah, people, that's really what's going on in the world right now. We got Mbeumo. It's time to see what he can do. The big bald man. You know what I'm saying? We know bald people, they do their thing. By the way, he's bald by choice. Just to let y'all know, he's bald by choice. Crazy, but it works for him. And yeah, let's see what happens in the transfer world. Let's see if we can go look to get some strikers now, maybe a midfielder as well. You never know, and we'll see what happens, man. But if you guys like the video, as I said, like, share, subscribe, and let's get this channel to 100 subscribers. And I appreciate y'all's support as well. Leave comments down below what y'all think about the situation, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out.